Yeah, hello guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you've been finding so much nice, engaging content already. And as I've promised, this is a female pants. I'm going to show you how to perfectly draft it. So our template to use, as you can see the picture of the pants we're trying to replicate on the screen. So the template we'll be using for the measurements are the waist is 30, the lap is 26, the waist to kneel is 24, and then the round kneel is 16, the hips will be 42, and down of the trouser would be 20. Now, these informations are very vital. There are some other pants that you would want to measure other things differently, like the waist to knee. You might be measuring from the waist to the calf if it warrants, and then the down might look different. But for this particular pant, since this is how the picture is and this is what we're trying to replicate, these are the measurements we will be using. So right now, the next thing we'll be doing is to get our plumb line, because the type of cutting we'll be doing for a female pant here is a plumb line measurement. That's what we'll be using. And then on a plumb line measurement, you divide the hips by 4. You're dividing the hips by 4. That is what you would use to create your plumb line, and then all your measurement falls inside of uh, the plumb line you've made. As we progress, I would make sure I explain it better and then show you practically how it is done. So just follow up, and then let's go to our cutting, to our pattern drafting. Sorry about that. So the first thing we'll do is let's get the length of our pants. The length of our pants is 42 plus the sewing allowance, which is 2.5 inch. Then the waist to the knee is 24. You mark it out, and then to get the crouch is, we still use the hips. The hips divide by 4. The hips divide by 4. If the trouser is a high waist, just like the picture we have here, you just divide it by 4 and then use the number like that. But if the trouser is not a high waisted trouser, like the trouser is sitting on the waist, then you have to minus 1 inch or 1.5 inch from the hip divided by 4. But most ladies right now wears their trousers high waist, and then it sits more better that way. So you divide the hip by 4, and then you just go ahead to put it on your measurement. So dividing this hips by 4 is 10.5. You mark a 10.5, and then you come 2 inch upward for the hips line. 2 inch upward for the hips line. So you go ahead to just rule out this lines out straight. We're still yet to come to the plumb line. I would show you that just after this. So these are the lines we need to take out. So to get the plumb line right now, mind you, before you start cutting, you just need to give a border, like 1 inch border from the beginning of your fabric. Just shift like 1 inch inside, so that you'll be comfortable to cut the trouser well. Unless if you are managing fabric or trying to see how much you can get from the fabric. But advisable, you just have some small space from the edge. Just don't start cutting from the edge. So now straight to the plumb line. On this line, our hip divided by 4 is 10.5 already. So you divide 10.5 into 2 again. No, but you just mark the 10.5 here, then divide it by 2 and still mark the center. Like mark 5.25. That's dividing 10.5 by 2. You come here also and do the same. Mark 10.5, then mark 5.25, which is the division of 10.5. So 10.5, 5.25. You come extreme up, 10.5, 5.25. So for clarity's sake, you can just go ahead to rule this line out. clarity's sake, you can just go ahead to rule the line out. But when you master your act, you can just use this dot to continue the cutting. So now I've ruled my lines. Out. So let's start from the end part. The ankle, that's the down part, is 20. And then we're dividing 20 by 2. So I told you on my earlier video about pattern drafting, on the nail pattern drafting. So the trick I use in not giving too much allowance at the back to make it balance more is adding half inch to the front and then adding just 1 inch to the back. If you watch the pattern drafting for the nail trouser, the nail corporate trouser, you'll see the explanation of that. So in front here, when you divide 20 by 2, it's giving you 10. You add half inch to it, which is 10.5. So 10.5 still same as our hip line, so you just mark 10.5 here. The round knee is 16. So mind you, you just have to measure this round knee to get the fitting of the trouser you want to create. The round knee is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, plus half inch, 8.5. Then you place the center of 8.5 on the line. Place the center of 8.5 on the line. Then you mark 8.5 both sides. On this line, now you're marking the lap. That's the tie. Marking the tie which is 26. 26 divided by 2. 26 divided by 2 is 13. So we can minus half inch from that, which is giving 26, 13, minus half inch from the 13 you've divided, which is giving you 12.5. You mark a 12.5. In order not to have it excessively long here, we'll add the rest behind. So you mark a 12.5 here, and then now at the top, at the waist area, the waist is 30. The waist is 30 divided by 2. The waist is 30 divided by 4, sorry. When you divide it by 4 is 7.5. 7.5 plus half inch for sewing allowance is 8. So I'm adding half inch instead of 1 inch because after I curve the line down, it will still add the extra half inch. But even though if it doesn't add the extra half inch, when we are cutting the back, we'll do well to add up all that. It's better the trouser is sitting at the front, you're having your excess behind, and having excess in front to take the front of the trouser backward, which is very wrong. So we marker 8 here. Now we're drawing all our lines out. To draw this seat, for this seat, your line will be, this is where the line would meet. Draw your line this way, make sure it's crossing here, and then your curve is not going beyond this place. We're taking it this way. So we're taking other curves we've already marked out. Taking this curve and the hip line curve from this point of the waist, we're meeting it at this point, or the hip point. So you're taking your curve out for the hip. You're taking 1 inch downward, and then you're still using this curve so now this point You're not taking it too curved out in order not to make the trouser uh, have extra at the side. So you're taking it a bit inward before getting your curve out. Just just as I'm showing you. So you take your straight ruler and then take out this part. So as I explained earlier, if you're making a straight pant, if you're making a straight pant, assuming what we are making is a pant that is going all the way straight this way. Assuming it's going all the way straight this way, we're not taking the line straight down. We're not taking the line straight down like this. If it was a straight pant we are making, if not, when you are done with the trouser, when folding this down, it creates some gathers here that would not allow this one to sit well inside. So you just make a little flare at the down, make a little flare at the down for it to sit well. But we are not since we're not making a straight pant right now, there will be no need for that. I think the corporate male pants would explain this down part I'm just trying to show you now. So you can just go to my description or go to my channel to see the corporate male pant and then get some ideas you can attach to this. So basically this is how to properly pattern a female pant. A female pant for it to sit well on any lady when you use her perfect measurement. So this is just all you need for a female pant. So we're taking out this and then going straight to the cutting, the drafting of the back. So this is the pattern of the front. This is how it looks. Cut. So you lay the front that you have cut out already on the back piece, on the piece to cut for the back. Then you draw the straight line that's leading from the lap. So you know you've taken out half inch from the front. Since this is not a big person, you have to use 3.5, but plus the half inch you took out from the front, you add the half inch, which is making 4 inch. Then you drop a 0.75 allowance, that's 3/4, and then you draw a slanty line. Now you extend all the lines from the front coming on the back piece. After you straight all the lines, now you're coming to measure the hip area. Remember, we've measured the hip area, we use the hip line to take out the front, so this hip area is 10.5. You check your 10.5 to make sure it's 10.5. You take out 1 inch for sewing allowance. You place from 9.5, you check 42 divided by 2, which is 21. You mark it 21, and then add 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So you mark a 1 inch. Then for the waist, you measure the waist. So remember what we used in the front, but here it's giving us 8.25. So you take out 1 inch. It's giving, when you take out 1 inch, to be giving you 7.25. So you check carefully because it was supposed to give us 8.5, but it's giving us 8.25. So now 7.25, then for 30 is at 15 plus 1 inch for the dart you cut at the back, which is 16, plus 1 extra inch for sewing allowance, which is making it 17. Now in this back, you would raise it with like 3 inch. For men, you can use 2.5, but these women, as they have bum bum, to be precise, so you raise it 3 inch, so as to be able to go over their you know what I'm saying. So you add 1 inch here, and you add 1 inch at the down, as I've explained to you. In the front you added half inch, so behind you adding 1 inch. Now you're connecting all your dots. You're connecting all your dots. Sorry, I had to do a voice over this. My audio had there was a misplacement of audio for the back part, but the front part was still intact. So if you have any question you don't understand, you can just still go ahead to ask me. I would be available to answer all your questions. I guess this is straightforward from here, as after you've done your all the markings, you're just joining your dot. And then for the curve of for the back, is still around the axis of the hip lines, those two lines in the hip area. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So your curve is still around this axis, you're not taking it beyond it. So you're taking this line is a bit curved, you're not just taking it straight, it is a bit curved. So this is all you need. This is all you need for a perfect female trouser. The fitting would surely amaze you, and then it will sit very well, both on the seat and the hip area, and everything will just flow fine. So just try this and then give me your feedback and let me know what you understood or what you gained from this tutorial. Make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe on our channel. Thank you. I'm looking forward to see more of you on my channel.